You know why young people are better at quickly building a brand than older people? It's because older people are multidimensional and they want to show that. But young people are more likely to be curious learners and one-dimensional and stick to a specific niche because it's what they're excited about and it's all they know because they're young and they don't have a lot of life experience where they know a lot of stuff. What I am sharing to you today, this is the title of the post that I am sharing. It's 14-year-old kid hit 125,000 followers in 2 weeks. His name is Ryan Wealth. I looked at his Instagram. I'm going to share a video from his Instagram. It's a new Instagram because he didn't start very long ago. And I've been looking at his posts and it's really crazy because he's learning about entrepreneurship and business and he's doing the curious learner bias. He's literally a 14-year-old kid who posts videos from his bedroom in his parents' house because he's 14 about how he's going to make $1 million, how he's going to make money, about how he's learning Instagram, how he's learning marketing. He runs around in a forest talking about marketing and business, and he's 14. He talks about fitness and life development and routine and habits, but he really talks about growing and business. It's what he's most interested in, and he's doing the curious learner bias. And as a result of that, and as a result of lots of other little clever things that he does, which I'm going to share with you, he's right now at 191,000 followers. He's following 15 people. He's at 191,000 followers. His videos get views. He's 14. Can you imagine where he's going to be in 4 more years? It will be crazy. But the takeaway, before I share his video, before I share the lessons, the takeaway from this episode of the podcast and from this lesson on Ryan Wealth, Ryan with 2 N's, is that anybody can do this. He has a little bit of fancy editing because his parents probably pay for an editor. Editors are cheap. I get editors pitching me literally 2 to 5 times a day. I get so many editors pitching me across all platforms. Editors are cheap. The real thing is he brings energy to his videos. He's doing the curious learner bias. He's learning something every day. He's excited to share it because he's learning. And then he does all these little tricks for engagement and that gets the algorithm to share his videos, to share his reels on Instagram. All right, before I read this post about him titled 14-year-old kid hit 125,000 followers in 2 weeks, here is a video from Ryan Wealth. And if you are listening and not watching, just imagine a 14-year-old kid. He literally looks like a 14-year-old little kid saying this stuff as he walks through his parents' house. Here's the video.
250,000 is the least amount of views you'll get when working with me. Wait, how? Basically, I run an agency called Influentify where we guarantee creators to go viral. And what we do is take over your whole content process, like scripting, editing, video idea research. And you can expect our content creation team to make people addicted to your videos. Not to mention how we use other business models like VRA to guarantee you 10K views a reel. But you're probably thinking, why would I let a 14-year-old run my account? So let's take a look at our clients. Looks like we're getting this clothing brand around 20K views a reel. We've also been hitting bangers on this guy's personal brand. Not to mention how this new account is already pulling 20K view reels. And of course, my personal brand, which I've grew to over 180,000 followers in a month. We've also grown tons of other accounts, generating them thousands of followers and leads. So trust me, I know what I'm doing. Anyways, if you want to get started, just comment the word viral.
Ryan Wealth already has clients. I think it's so cool. I really do. Because he's learning entrepreneurship and business and he's excited to share it. Ryan with 2 N's _ wealth. So here's a post about him. And I'm going to share my experiences. I've made over 1,200 videos now for 52 days in a row that I've been making videos. I started November 1st, 2022. 14-year-old kid hit 125,000 followers in 2 weeks. LOL, and here I am with 100,000 after a year. I came across this kid in my feed and realized his growth tactics can be used for literally any account to pop off. Most of it is pretty well-known strategies, to be honest. And there's a bunch of kids who are bigger and creators who are copying him. But I'm surprised talking to Instagram accounts every day who don't use any of these tactics at all. Ryan's account grew super fast, 125,000 followers in just a few weeks. His videos average 100,000 to 1 million views. And it's true, I'm looking at his views and they do average that. I'm also going to look at how much he's posting. So his last video was 10 hours ago. Before that, 1 day ago. Before that, a day ago. Then 2 days ago. 2 days ago again. 3 days ago. 3 days ago again. 4 days ago. 4 days ago again. So it looks like he's doing high frequency posting. He's posting at least twice a day. High frequency posting is really posting 4 to 6 times a day, but he's close. He's doing 2 times a day. So you're going to grow fast if you're posting 2 times a day. The post continues, why do his videos get so many views? One, I want to say right away, because he's posting multiple times every day, because he has energy, as you saw, he's excited about what he is sharing. Having an editor, I think, helps, but it doesn't help as much as you think, especially for entrepreneurship and business videos. A lot of it is about the subject matter. Also just who he is, and this is going to be shared in this post that I'm reading. His videos elicit an emotional reaction. What do I mean? Well, in this post, it's called The Formula. So the Reddit post continues, The Formula. Everyone knows comments rule the Instagram algorithm, but this is taking it to the next level. So comments as in like if you get a comment that is a good signal for the algorithm on Instagram. Ryan makes attention-grabbing, controversial videos designed to provoke outrage and drive engagement through comments and shares. The videos themselves are mostly Ryan saying how he's going to be a millionaire at 14 or a day in his life, so people can get angry comparing themselves to him and are more likely to comment and say something mean on the video. Then there's those that are defending him, which just results in even more comments, likes, and shares on his videos. The key to creating any video that does well on short form is you have to elicit some kind of emotional response. He's made a bunch of videos that are almost exactly the same. And why innovate when each video following the formula is raking in 100,000 plus views? And a majority of comments are just people who are hating on him. Put my fries in the bag, little bro. And that's a quote. Like, just he gets so many nasty comments. As a 14-year-old kid who's trying to make it, people are being mean to him because they're comparing themselves to him. But okay, this is what I thought, actually. Now, you might be thinking his followers mean nothing if he can't sell anything to them. If they hate him, his followers mean nothing. If they hate him and he can't sell anything to him, his followers mean nothing. That's what I was thinking. But you know, this post made a very good point. First of all, any attention is still attention. Literally, Andrew Tate, for example. Lots of people hate Andrew Tate, but that makes him more famous and he's able to sell more. Look at any figure that 90% of people hate. Well, they can sell tons of stuff to their audience just because they're so well known. But that wasn't the thing that really got me. There was a decent point, but the thing that really got me was this. Once he's gained a big enough following, he can always pivot his content to be less rage baity, less rage inducing, and more focused on his niche. And I think that is very important to remember because he can do this, get very recognizable and big, and then narrow down a bit more, but now he's recognizable. But either way, I believe that he has a client in the video that I showed. I totally believe that he has at least one client. You know what's funny is he talks in his videos now that he wants to make $1 million this year. But when he started his videos just a few weeks ago, he's like, I want to make $1,000 by the end of the summer. And that's what he said. He said, I want to make $1,000 by the end of the summer. And then very quickly, he started getting views and he's like, all right, it's $1 million. I want to make $1 million. The post continues. One thing I forgot to mention is he also uses weird/strange things in his videos, like clips of him running around the woods with a stick that make even more people comment. You've probably seen this already where creators will intentionally mispronounce things in their videos to get people commenting who will correct them. This happened to me accidentally. I made a video about reusevideo.com, which makes my videos syndicate everywhere without the TikTok watermark. I talk about it all the time. I'm their biggest affiliate and one of their biggest power users. I love this tool, reusevideo.com. It redirects to my affiliate URL. And I made a video about this. And I said, every social media platform has open AIs, which connect them to other platforms. Now, what I meant to say is they have open APIs and platforms can connect to each other. I meant to say API, but this was over a year ago, and I was thinking nonstop about AI and about open AI. And so I said open AIs, and I mispronounced open API. And and it was an accident. And if I had seen that when I was editing the video, I probably would have redone it or not released it. But it turned out to make the video go even more viral. And that video has gotten like 10 million views, maybe even over 10 million views. And it's not entirely because I mispronounced open API. The subject matter of the video was great. A lot of people really love it. And that's how I became their biggest affiliate because the video went so viral multiple times and continues to go viral. But by saying open AI instead of open API, I got a lot of comments and that probably did boost performance. So this is a well-known thing. Even people in the comments said, oh, you mispronounced open API on purpose. It was a complete accident. But this is a well-known thing that people do is they mispronounce words or misspell words so that people in the comments will correct them. Actually, I saw this another time where I made a video. I didn't talk about this because people hated me so much, but It was around the time of the Google leak, of the Google attributes leak that went super viral a few months ago. And I made a video where I cut together a part of one of these podcasts where I talked about going to farmers markets in Europe. And I was telling this story about going to farmers markets in Europe, about how I would get these super juicy peaches. And this story that I'm going to share about the Google algorithm leak is as juicy as one of these peaches. And I spend the first maybe 70% of the video talking about this story, this farmers market story, to emphasize how juicy what I'm about to share about the Google algorithm leak is. And because I spent so much time talking about that, people got really angry because they just wanted to hear about the Google algorithm leak. And I was trying to preface it with this story. Didn't work out. And so I got all these nasty comments in the video. And that made the video do better. And I left it up because I wanted to see what would happen. I want to see how many views it would get. And it got tens of thousands of views, which is way more than it deserved considering how angry it made people. And so that's a real thing. Rage baiting is a real thing. I don't do it. I don't want to do that for my brand. But I think this author does have a point that you could do it and then switch up your content and get people to trust you. But it's also why the curious learner bias works. The curious learner bias is if you are a curious learner who is learning a single niche every day and making videos about what you are learning and sharing what you are learning. It doesn't have to be videos. It can be LinkedIn posts. It can be a newsletter. But you want to do it on a platform where that platform's algorithms share you. So LinkedIn is a good example. X is a good example. Instagram Reels is a good example. TikTok is a good example. And if you're making content every day about what you are learning, you are naturally excited because you are learning it. It's new to you compared to the expert who is just like, I already know this. This isn't as exciting. And they don't have as much energy. You always want to think like a learner. It's always good to have that level of enthusiasm that learners have. But so the curious learner bias, you might say things that are wrong. In fact, you probably will say things that are wrong. I see that all the time. People make videos about my SEO videos and they're learning. They're learning about SEO and the things that they say are wrong, but they still get views because they're so excited about it. I've seen this so many times. And most people aren't going to remember them being wrong. Some will. But in the process, first of all, they're going to get better at their craft. They're going to get better at the niche. And they're going to develop an audience. And so that's what this kid Ryan is doing. He's developing an audience because he's so hyped about this. For me to see, it's just really inspiring because I really so strongly believe that anybody can do this. All right, I'm going to finish this post. So this is the Reddit post. I'm going to go back to this Reddit post. 14-year-old kid hit 125,000 followers in 2 weeks. If I was trying to grow a new account from zero, I would 100% take inspiration from this formula, especially since you have nothing to lose from controversy at 0 followers. That's really true. It's a great point. And then the post finishes, do you use any of these strategies in your videos? Like I said, I use them by accident. I did use them more at the beginning. When I had less followers and when I was less well known, I just didn't care and I would put out any hook that I could. And now I care a bit more and I want to protect my reputation a bit more. So my videos aren't as edgy as they used to be. This person's right. If you're starting from zero, just steal this. Be cringe. Who cares? Elicit emotional reactions. But more important than anything is just try to bring energy to the videos that you're making or to the content that you're making. And don't be afraid to get into a new niche where you know nothing about. This kid is 14. He had another video. All right, I'm going to show this. I'm going to show one more video from him. It's him talking about what he was doing 2 years ago at 12 years old. Here's a video.
Bro, when I was 12 years old, I used to grind this game all day, and I had 1,500 hours. That's almost 2 months that I could have used to play some foosball. I could have learned a new skill. I could have went out and interacted and met new people. But no, my 12-year-old self decided to dedicate 12 hours a day playing Fortnite, an online game that wouldn't benefit me at all in life. And no, my parents weren't proud of me. No one was proud of me because I did nothing. Until 1 month ago, I decided to take a risk and start my Instagram account, which has grown to over 150,000 followers. And that just goes to show how important it is to use your time wisely.
And you know what? He's 14 years old, but he makes a great point. You can get into any niche, learn about it, make content as you learn, and then in a few years be seen as an authority. Or, in Ryan's case, a few weeks or a few months. And that's all for episode 405 of my daily digital marketing podcast. Daily, every day. This is 405 days in a row. Thank you, Ryan Wealth, for the inspiration. Thank you, Do Freedom Now on Instagram Marketing for the post, for sharing this. And thank you, everybody, so much for watching, or if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, for listening. Feel free to leave me a nice comment or a rating or subscribe. All that fun stuff. Thank you so much. Hope this helps some people. I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye now.